Hey everybody, Sam here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the next part of building my workshop here on our new property. In this video, I'm going to be building the door. If you've not seen any videos leading up to this, there's a link to the playlist down below that'll show you everything from the start, and that same link will take you to see everything from here forward to the end of the build. To start off this, I went ahead and cleaned up any kind of jagged bits of siding and made sure the opening from our doorway is perfectly clean and ready to start framing up. I also took the offcut for the siding. It is outside laying on the sawhorses. I will be using that as the outside skin of the door, but my first step I want to do is cut some framing members and drag one of the extra sheets of OSB outside and put this thing all together. I'm going to frame my door to be a little bit narrower and shorter than the actual rough opening. That way I have plenty of room to mount it square, plumb, and still be able to open it and close it. So the total dimensions of this door are going to be 43 inches wide and 80 inches tall. I'm ready to go ahead and assemble the door. I have the OSB panel on the bottom. That's going to be the skin that faces the inside of the workshop. And then I have my 2x4 framing members laid here on top, which they're going to go in the middle. You're going to notice that I'm going to attach these flat. And the strength with this kind of door does not come from the joinery of the 2x4s with each other. The strength of this door is the fact that it is one skin of OSB, a framing member to hold things together a little bit, and then another skin of plywood. A door such as this is exactly what I built in my current workshop, which is about 6 years old at this point. There has been zero sagging, zero warping, zero bending, and zero problems with it. I've even added a window AC to one of the doors, framed just like this, and it still works great. So I can confidently tell you that this style door will be perfectly strong, very stiff, won't sag, and won't warp. So I'm going to be assembling this thing from the bottom up. That way I can see everything and make sure it's square. I'm going to be using some 1 3/4" screws to attach it. And we'll just go ahead and jump in and start attaching the OSB to the 2x4s. Once this is done, we'll plop on the finished siding and then we'll put it up into place. I'm using the factory edge of the OSB as my square and reference point for this first corner. And I'm going to hold this together and drive the first screw into the 2x4. I'm going to move down and work on the edge and put more screws into it. Make sure I stay flush all the way down to the end. Now that I'm done sandwiching and making my door slab, I'm going to use my jigsaw and trim off all of the extra siding that overhangs the door and give myself a nice square door slab to then fit into place. I'm ready to go ahead and put the door into place. I have 2 carpenter pencils laying down there on the floor of the workshop. They are going to act as little spacers to make sure the door is up off of the floor. But basically, I'm going to hold it up into place, get it as good as we can get it, and then I'm going to temporarily attach it with the hinges and screws, because I need to actually put the trim on until it's completely 100% done. But for now, the name of the game is just get the door mounted and secure it up again. Made it too tight. There's the door temporarily mounted up and secure with our little scrap block latch lock thing. It is not the end of the story, but it is the end of the story for today. I'm going to start off a little bit of work today, doing some random things out here at the workshop. What I'm going to start with is going ahead and taking down my diagonal bracing that's inside the building. I don't believe we need it anymore, so we'll go get the pry bar and pull these things off and salvage them. That wasn't too bad. The pry bar makes quick work of getting the boards off. I was able to save them, and now all I have to do is just remove the nails, but that's no big deal. It is nice to have the walls liberated of their cross or diagonal bracing. Now I just need to repeat the same process behind you guys. I've stacked all of the extra T111 siding and 7/16 OSB sheathing down on that end short wall. So I'm not going to pry those boards off. The diagonal boards can just stay there for now. I will, however, get the one on the left and the right, or right and left, however you're looking at it, and at least get those out of the way. With the diagonal boards off the wall as much as I can get right now, I'm going to change gears and I'm going to put together a metal storage shelf that we brought over from our house. We'll put it together right here behind me, and that way I can have a place to start putting a lot of the stuff that is really beginning to accumulate here inside of the workshop. There we go, and we have a shelf in place. So now a cool place to put the tools and stuff, and otherwise just try and make a more organized space out of this mess. That's right, I have been teleported back to the home, well, I guess original home of Samcraft. I don't know where I'm at, to be honest, but I'm here in this building. I abruptly ended that video because, well, I had planned to shoot a nice outro and show you this, that, and the other, but it was late in the day. The kids were ready to go home, we were ready to go home, so we just went home. Either way, I'm glad to have the door done. Like I said, it is a rock solid door structure. It's exactly the style door I did here in my workshop here. That was 6 years ago, and I've not had any problems. I've also put that AC in this door, and it's not had any problems since then either. So with that, I'm confident to say that this style door structure is really good. I guess effectively what I created was a hollow core door, just a whole lot stronger and beefier since it's made with OSB and T111 siding rather than press board. Either way, I'm not concerned about any kind of sagging or problems, and it's going to do great. Be great. I don't know if it's a new kind of door build concept for anyone out there, or if I'm just not really exposed much to a lot of door builds, but I like it. Hopefully you enjoyed it too, and if nothing else, you at least saw another way, or you got to see another person build the same way of a door for a workshop that is pretty affordable. Adding the shelf inside the workshop was also a big benefit. It's one of those things that to do it on video or to show it in a video, it's kind of like, wow, whoop-de-doo. But in real life, it goes a long way on making a space a whole lot more nice, usable, and organized. Even though I've currently just tossed the random tools that we have out there for construction on the shelf, freeing up that much space in my workshop is nice. And going forward, with all the banker's boxes that are, well, honestly, just off camera, these guys, it will be great to have it out there already so that when I start to move this whole workshop over, I can just pop, and put it all on the shelf. Coming up on our next video for the workshop build, we have two things, one of which is going to be very, very pleasing to most everyone out there. I backpedal and I actually installed the Z-flashing on my siding. That's right, I remembered it, thanks to several of you, but also thanks to me seeing it and thinking, dang, you totally blanked on that, didn't you? So the Z-flashing gets installed, which means a little bit of demolition, but in the end, it is what it is. And then we get to do a little bit of painting. So that's what's coming up next for workshop build. If you're interested in this, interested to see how this all progresses and not a subscriber, go ahead and click that subscribe button, because if you like this and you're still here at this point, I think you're going to like to see what else comes along and probably be interested in that too. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them for me down below. Otherwise, take care, and I'll see you guys next time in the workshop.